Dr. Deuk cured my back pain. He made me well. Probably about 10 years ago, I started having very severe back pain. No certain instance caused it. I had just been in several accidents over the years, and mainly use and abuse and age, and that triggered everything. I started out seeing a pain management doctor, and they did the MRIs, they did all the tests, they told me that I had 3 herniated discs, and they explained to me what they were and where the pain was coming from and why. And a pain management doctor, usually what they do is put you on medication. So of course, that's what they did. They put me on pain medication, and a lot of it. Too much of it. And of course I was the good patient. I took what I was supposed to take as directed, and within 2.5 years I was addicted to pain medication. And I just couldn't see a way out. I was doing epidurals, I was taking the pain medication, I was doing everything that I was supposed to do. This is in lieu of surgery, because I was scared to death of having surgery. I started taking care of my granddaughter, and that was okay for a little while. But then after about a year or so, I got to the point where my pain was so bad that I couldn't handle it anymore. And also, after she was born, I couldn't take care of my granddaughter and take pain medication. She was a baby, she was a newborn. So I went off all pain medication, totally. So for the last year, before I had any kind of surgery, I was on no pain medication. The pain got worse and worse and worse. I got to the point where there were some days I couldn't even get out of bed. When I would have a bad flare-up, I would be flat on my back for 3 to 4 days in a row. And I live alone. So, I couldn't, to get up to go to the bathroom was such an effort. It hurt so bad. And finally, I just, I said, I can't do this anymore. I just can't take it anymore. I have to do something. So I asked my pain management doctor to give me some referrals to a surgeon. So we made an appointment with Dr. Deuk. We went in and talked to him. He confirmed that I needed fusion surgery. And he was so good, because he could, he didn't even have to get x-rays or anything like the other doctors. He could tell just by moving my feet and my legs and my limbs, and he could tell, it was amazing. And he could tell me exactly where my pain was, and, is it this kind of pain? And, the radiating. I had nerve damage. I had a slipped disc. I had nerve damage. I had the herniation in my L4-5 that was protruding and laying on a nerve that was causing the nerve damage all the way down into my leg, my left leg, that went into my foot and kept my leg and my foot numb all the time. They were always numb. And he said he could fix it. And I thought, well, if I have to do it, he's the man to do it, because I really trusted him at that point. I felt so comfortable with him in his office. He took his time with me. He explained everything. He wasn't trying to hurry me out of the office like a lot of doctors do. They'll okay, well, this visit's paid for, so let's get you out of here. He didn't do that. He just took his time, and he made sure that I didn't have any questions. And at that point, we decided to do the fusion. We set it up, we scheduled it, and did all the necessary pre-op things. Went into the hospital that morning. He met me in there, and next thing I remember is waking up, and I didn't have that horrible stabbing pain that I had in my back. I mean, of course I had pain, I just had surgery, but it was a totally different kind of pain. You know, it wasn't that constant jabbing pain in my back and go shooting down my legs or my leg. And I went home the next day. I was home from the hospital the next day. He wanted me to get out of bed constantly. He didn't want me to just lay in bed. He wanted me to walk as much as I could. And I mean, he really stressed the walking part. And, you know, there was nothing to worry about, you know. I was so scared and so apprehensive. I got myself so worked up and so scared before I had this surgery that I was a nervous wreck. And I had this done and I was like, oh my God, I don't know what I was so worried about, you know. I feel great. I thank God every day that I did this because I don't have that pain anymore. And it's just, you know, until you experience it and know what the pain feels like and what your quality of life is, you can't fully appreciate what he did for me, you know. And I tell him every time I see him, I said, you know, you're right under God in my book. And I mean it because I didn't have faith in anybody or anything, and I thought I was going to have to live the rest of my life like that. It wasn't but about 6 months ago that I couldn't even sit down here and appreciate her or interact with her at all. I'd come over here during the day and I'd end up laying on the couch on top of a heating pad all day, and she didn't, you know, she was like, what's wrong with Mimi? All she would say is, Mimi's got boo-boos, Mimi's got, you know, back pain, Mimi can't pick me up, Mimi can't do this. It was sad because I was missing a lot. I'm just so glad that everything's okay today and I can spend time with her and we can do things together. Now I need some more. You know, I'm very, very happy with Dr. Deuk. Very, very happy. And his institute and his staff. Wonderful people. Especially the girl that assisted me the most with my fitting of my brace and my tests, and I was just very comfortable with all of them. So it was a wonderful experience. If I ever have another problem, hopefully not, knock on wood, but I would go back to him again tomorrow.